Hello, welcome to MTG Pro Tutor. I'm Sean Penrod, your host, and today we're opening this Khans of Tarkir booster pack. Let's evaluate the cards inside and see what we get. Alright, first thing, take out the marketing card and the land, and look at our rare. It is nice, utter, and yeah, so this will be my first pick because you exile target non-land permanent. Anything on the board, just exile it. Planeswalker, creature, doesn't matter. For 4 mana, that's pretty dang good. In today's day and age, removal is rather expensive, and what's nice about this one is that it can even target things that are indestructible, and that's really great. So, Utter End will most likely be my first pick, but let's see what else this pack has to offer. So, Mardu War Shrieker is a 3/3 for 4 mana, and if you attack this turn, then you get 3 mana when you cast it. So he basically costs 1 mana, which is nice, because then you can use that mana to cast something else. Defiant Strike, it's alright in limited. It really shines in Jeskai decks, where the idea is to play cheap spells, draw more cheap spells, and then keep playing those to trigger your prowess and make them quite big. So that's good. Crippling Chill is 3 mana. Tap a creature, it doesn't untap during its controller's untap phase, and you get to draw a card. So it's nice because it's a cantrip, replaces itself. Bitter Revelation for 4 mana. You look at the top 4 cards, put 2 of them into your hand. It doesn't matter what they are, just pick 2 of them, and the rest go into your graveyard, and you lose 2 life. So the Kin Tree Warden, I am not a fan of, but he does have his purposes, like anything that doesn't have trample. For 2 mana, you can chump block and then keep him alive and keep doing it over and 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 over again. But generally speaking, a 1/1 for 1 mana is not that exciting. So if you're green and you need some extra playables, then go for it. But generally speaking, he's not super amazing. Bring Low, we've had this card a lot in the past couple days. For 4 mana, you deal 3 damage. If they have a +1/+1 counter, you deal 5 damage. Rugged Highlands, the green-red refuge. Jeskai Student, a 1/3 prowess for 2 mana. That's pretty good. If you have the spells to back it up, then he can get pretty big pretty fast. Abomination of Gudul, very, very strong pick. 3/4 flying with Morph, so for 5 mana you can turn it face up. And when he deals damage to a player, you can draw a card, and then if you do, discard a card. So that's really good. Singing Bell Strike. Tap a creature. They don't untap unless their controller pays 6 mana. Alright, first uncommon. Timely Horde Mate. A 3/2 for 4 mana. And when it enters the battlefield, you can return a creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So make sure you have some relevant targets to bring back. Otherwise, this card's just kind of meh. Armament Core, I like a lot. So when it enters the battlefield, you may distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 creatures you control. So they can target themselves. You can basically get a 6/6 for 5 mana, or you can get a 4/4 and then spread those 1/1 out. Or you can get a 5/5 and then give another 1/1. I think it all depends on your board state, especially if you have Outlast Lords or not. If you have any kind of Lords in play, I recommend giving at least 1 +1/+1 counter to itself, because then it gets all those abilities immediately, and you get a 5/5 with all those cool abilities, and then giving it to another creature that normally can't get a +1/+1 counter. And anything that has Outlast already can beat itself up, but giving this to a creature that doesn't have Outlast can really, add some breadth to your side of the table. And finally, we have Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. Add a colorless to your mana pool, and for 2 mana, you gain 1 life for each colorless creature you control. So basically, face down morphs. Virtually unplayable and limited. It's not a thing. You're not going to build around this card, so just pass it up. Alright, so dang. I'm going to stick with Utter End being my pick here, but Armament Core was definitely a close second. So, there you have it. Thanks for joining me. I'm Sean Penrod, and we'll see you in the next pack.